Okay, I'm going to give my professional opinion here on the big old battery debate. 50 years as a mechanic, 20 years in the family motorcycle business. I've been around a lot of batteries. I have a lot of mechanical skills, seen a lot in my life. So I want to touch on this. Any good mechanic knows what this means right here. KISS. That stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. It's a good thing to go by. Now let's hit on the warranty. Right there, warranty. You could have 6 months warranty. You could have a 5-year, 10-year, lifetime warranty. Here's what it boils down to. A defect in material or workmanship. Defect in material or workmanship. That doesn't mean that 3 years, 5 years down the road it breaks and you're going to get a warranty. If you have a defect in material or workmanship, it's going to happen right away. Within 6 months. So, if they're giving you a lifetime warranty, I'll replace it, no questions asked. Well, you know, they made that for a nickel. They're charging you $75. So, they can afford to give you those freebies if you break it. That's how that warranty. Extended warranties. You know, dealers make 30 to 40% on extended warranties. That's an eye-opener. That's why they push it. That's why you're getting those phone calls all the time. Extend your warranty. Because there's lots of money to be made. Alright. It gets simple here, guys. Lead acid. Cars used to come with lead acid. 6 folders. Yeah, that's back when I was a kid. Yep, you had to check the water in it. That's back full service gas stations. Check your tires for you, check your oil, check your battery level. That's what it was. Been around forever. It's reliable. You can rely on them. The other thing, they need to be vented. Put them in your garage in a solar system, or you build a box and you vent it outside. If you put a system outside, no problem. You got vented there. You know, separate little house or box or whatever. It's not a big deal. Then come along the AGMs. Man, how many you think's on the road right now? Got to be millions, if not billions. It's got to be in the billions, actually. Very simple to use. I'm going to use them on solar. 2 wires. Controller to the battery. 2 wires. Of course, you got to have solar panels to charge it. But 2 batteries to the wire, or 2 wires to the battery. That's something you can rely on those. You rely on that every day in your car. In fact, probably, I'm trying to think last in my car. I got an old car, but I'm trying to think when I had to replace a battery. That's got to be at least 15 years old. That AGM I have in there. Isn't that what you want? You want something you can depend on? That's what I use in my solar system right there. AGM. Now, some will say, but they're heavy. Yeah, they are got a little weight to them, but that's weight in an AGM is a good thing. So you think you got an RV, you got a trailer, and you're saying, oh, that's too heavy. Well, let's put it this way. If a person got into your car or truck, your cargo trailer you've converted, or your RV trailer, would they overload it? If they are, you got a weight problem on your vehicle. You need a new vehicle. Don't worry about the weight. Don't worry about the weight at all. It's total nonsense. Well, it's going to get me better gas mileage. Lighter batteries. You ain't going to notice the difference. Your driving habits, your underinflated tires, it's gonna be more than what this difference is gonna be. But it's too heavy for your vehicle. You need a new vehicle. Oh, okay. Oh, let's say these two, lead acid and AGM, it don't matter what the weather is. They work. In fact, I got in, so I kept my battery outside all winter long. And there's never a problem. Total amp hours, yeah, you're going to lose a little bit. But they work. You can charge them in the winter time. They work in the heat. Just like your automobile. You drive your vehicle all winter long. If you're driving out in the desert, how hot you think that is? You think your cars are quitting because it's hot out? I mean, yeah, there's a nice comfortable temperature that they would like, but they work in either extreme. Now, I guess we got to move on to the dreaded old lithium. Remember this word? Keep it simple, stupid. I mean, there's some benefits to this. Battery alone. That's the dreaded part right there, the BMS. That's the downfall of it all. Well, the biggest downfall. This in cold weather will not work. It just shuts down. You can't charge it. So they're gonna, some of the companies are putting some little heating pads inside. So their product will, well, cost you more money. You're paying for those heating pads because their product doesn't work in the cold. And I call that a ghost load. You know, I got an old dial type microwave because it doesn't have a clock on it. That's what you call ghost load. Your TVs, you see that little red light on? That's a ghost load. Your computer screens, that little light that's on when you turn it off, that's a ghost load. It's always there. It's always going to be sucking a little power. A little power, a little power. You say, "Well, matey, that's not a lot of power." Well, no. But that fella that put his nice expensive unit away for 6 months. Oh well, my BMS it'll shut the batteries off if it if that gets low. Well, I guess technically it did. But there was a little blinky light in there. Well, that little blinky light, it ruined his expensive lithium whole units. He called the company, told them what happened. I said, no, I wouldn't chance charging them. I think they said it crystallized inside. That's possible. So, not only did he spend, I don't know how many thousands, $5,000 to $8,000, for his lithium. And that little blinky light sucked all his power out of his lithiums, and wow, he just spent another wad of money. Because of that little bastard right there, the BMS. Every wire, every solder connection, every crimp-on connection is a failure point. That's why we say keep it simple, stupid. The less wiring, the less crimps, the less everything, the less problems you're going to have. That's why I have a charge controller with no fan. Yeah, that thing is built like a brick shithouse. But let's get back to this. This I see as the main problem with lithium batteries. Yeah, you can overcome the cold because you can put heating pads in it, and well, they're going to tell you, well, we can't charge it, but we can use the power out of it. Well, either way, you're going to end up with a dead-ass battery. A dead battery is a dead battery. I don't care which way you look at it. DIYs. Oh, man. So you buy a battery from one company, and when one YouTuber, well, I had to email the company to make sure this would work with this system, with these batteries, and why even bother going through the hassle? 100 amp hour lithium, let's call it $1,000. AGM, you buy it under 200. Well, let's call it 200 bucks. We're going to round it up to 200. So you got 5 batteries to 1. You got 500 amp hours to 100 amp hours. Oh, I can hear them all crying now. Well, you can only use 50%. Well, 50% on lead acid. If you look this up, how far you can go back on an AGM, it's under 50%. I believe you can use 60, 65%. So that, it's like they everybody kept hearing 50%, so they kept repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. Everybody believes it. Now, AGM will go deeper than that. Let's touch on insurance. There's a long-time seller. He's in business. He sells the solar parts, everything you need for solar. He sells it. I don't know how many years, 15, 20 years he's been in the solar business. He made a comment. Insurance companies don't take kindly to lithium batteries. So you're going to put a big bank of these buggers in your house or your RV. You might want to go check out with your insurance company and see if you're covered. I mean, I'm making this more for the, let's say kind of newer people that, well, you know, not everybody has a mechanical ability. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I started my channel, because I see so much crap on the internet, and people doing things wrong, and wrong size wiring. Well, I call it a rat's nest of wires. It's going to burn their place down. And the sad thing is that they're teaching other people this stuff. People are going to follow their bad example. So that's why I started my channel. You got to do things the right way. You got to use some common sense. I'm on the internet all day long. I'm retired now, so I've watched all the lithium guys out selling the lithium. My God, is it just the money they're after? And the people follow them. That's like one fellow said. It's almost like a cult. I've been around a long time. Lead acid, you can't beat them. Very simple. Charge controller, 2 wires. You're charging. AGM, same thing. 2 wires from your controller, you're charging. I hate to even say the word. I'll never own any. I wish some company come and give me a set, because I'd like to try them out. It's wintertime right now. It's not super cold, but I'd stick those suckers outside and see how they go. The more complicated things are, right here, that's going to cost you guys, right there. That's the biggest failure point. And this is new. I'm going to tell you what, and the guy's website, he proves it himself. He's the biggest lithium pusher there is. You go to his website, oh, good old Will Prowlis. I'm sure you all know him. You go through his videos, and how many junky batteries he's taken apart. And it's a recurring theme. Undersized wiring. The connectors are not made to pull that kind of amperage through. Bad soldering. And that's just a recurring thing on all these batteries he does. Okay, now there's a couple that kind of pass the test. But when you got 90% of them failing on his, and he's a lithium guy. And he's video after video. He's like his own worst enemy on lithium products. If you don't believe me, go watch his videos. And everyone's going to say, almost everyone's going to say, shoddy workmanship, bad designs. Yeah, just because somebody's an engineer doesn't mean they're smart. Man, working on cars and motorcycles, we had the same problem. You have to take the fender well out. To change the spark plug on a car, you have to take the whole fender well out to change it. Or you got to lift the motor up 3 inches. Well, that was always fun. And you have to take half the stuff off, you know, even on a motorcycle. So put that bolt, you have to take half the shit apart. That's your engineer for you. So you think, I think they're smart? Not all of them. They might have gone to college, but if you ain't got common sense, they're just educated idiots. To put it bluntly, there is some very good people. My position, it's easy for me to spot this stuff, spot somebody that knows what they're doing, but the average person does not. And this sales gimmick right here on this, that's like the snake oil salesman's coming to town. They're out for your money out of your wallet. This is not ready for prime time. If it's, you want to rely on this, you ever been out in a t-shirt? Oh, yeah, you're out having fun, and all of a sudden here that big ass snowstorm comes in, and man, I froze my ass off a couple times. I want things that are 100% reliable. You got it right here. AGM and lead acid. I would not rely on these. Not a bit. If they're so wonderful and long lasting, why do I have to replace 2 in my phone already? And I don't use my phone. You know, it's emergency calls or occasional phone call. It's not internet to me, so I'm hardly even using it. And two battery replacements. Remember those kids' hoverboards blowing up, catching on fire? Those phones blowing up in a guy's. You gotta laugh at this, but it's on video. Guy had his phone in his pocket, and baby, that fucking battery had lit off. He got a big old flame coming out of his pocket, man. He's getting out of his pants. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that. He's getting that pants off. That's what lithium is. It's not ready yet. Has anybody seen an AGM or lead acid light off? Catch on fire? I gotta raise my hand. In all these years, one. It didn't get out to the public. It was a brand new motorcycle. It's been different than a car battery. There's like a tube, not like this. There's like a tube comes down, and it comes through the battery casing, and then it's vented outside on a hose, and the battery comes dry. And you cut the tube off to vent it, and then we put the acid in it, and when I hit the starter button, that baby blew. And there's a big fireball that comes up initially, and then it just dies down. It's like nothing. There's no smoke, no bad stuff. One in my life, and that didn't get out to the public. Now, they're going to say how safe the lithium is right here, and they're going to say, well, they shot a nail through it. It didn't catch on fire. No, but you should see how much smoke comes, white smoke just pouring out of there. That's called smoke inhalation. I'd rather have that. If I was going to have either of the two, I'd rather do over at that motorcycle battery. It's just an initial fireball, and then it dies down. It's no big deal. But that baby right there, just chugging out the smoke. You know, it's a chemical in that smoke too. You're out in your RV and sleeping. That baby's gonna kill you. So don't believe everything on safety on that one. What else I wanted to talk about? Oh, recycling. I got little notes on recycling. These two you can recycle. Lithium you cannot recycle. Oh, talking about, look where lithium, how that's made. And who's digging that stuff out of the ground? I can tell you there's no child labor laws over where they're doing that. So, if you're Greenpeace and all that, well, that's a couple considerations there. It's not recyclable, and yeah, and who's digging it out? It's pretty disgusting. What else we got there? I think I've covered it all. This is like the new cars, right there. If you ask a good mechanic, what do you think of these new cars? Computers and Bluetooth and aluminum blocks and... No, I don't want to own one. What's he want to own? He wants to buy the car with the old 350 Chevy in it, or car with just all we want is electronic ignition and fuel injection, and that's a great car. People can work on it. You can't work complicated. You got to have a computer to work on your own car today, and that computer ain't cheap. Not with the dealer and a good mechanic. He's putting in $4 or $5 grand on a computer just to check your new car, and that new car that's going to have a new problem. That's going to have problems. The more connections, wires, and everything is, like I said, it's you get a few years on it, it's going to go bad. That wire's going to come loose. Oh yeah, mice like to chew on wires too. Anybody with some common sense, let's put it this way. If you're new to the solar, get yourself some AGM batteries. If you have a house, these are cheaper. Little maintenance. You got to check the water in them. If you're a guy like me that's worked all his life repairing other guys' shit, I use AGMs. Let me pull this up. So I got the name here. Light Catcher Solar. 100 amp hour, 12 volt. Solar specifically designed. They're made for solar. They don't need to be 100% charged every day. So you got some bad weather days. It's not topped off. Cool. It ain't gonna hurt your battery. I'm an AGM guy. I don't want no problems. I want simple to work. It's simple to work, set up. Set your parameters, what you want on your battery, as your battery manufacturer says, you're done. You don't need Bluetooth to keep checking it I don't even know why they come up with Bluetooth for this shit, because you shouldn't have to check it. Now, if you got bags of money to piss away, you want a science project, it's a roll of the dice. All that shit's out of China, guys. So, you got bags of money, you want to roll the dice, you want to, I don't know, what is it showing off? I got lithium. You people, don't touch this. It's not for you. It's for rich people. Great, they can spend 10 grand. Well, if a problem happens, they get another 10 grand they can drop. It's not for new people. Absolutely not for new people. Now, if you're a YouTuber and want to make a lot of sales commission, that's the way to go. I do have a affiliate link on eBay, since I'm the broke joke. And you're going to be happy with this AGM battery from Light Catcher. That's where I'm putting my money. I think anybody, especially you starting out, just buy the AGM battery and be done with it. You don't have to set it up and you're done. Simple. If you want a nightmare, I guess you go for it. Go for it. I can't see why anybody would want one though. Other than bragging rights. Well, I guess that's kind of my rant. I think that's about it. If you want to see lithium failures, yeah, go to that guy's website. You can see lithium failures, how cheaply they're made, bad workmanship. Oh my God, I can't believe why people, and they think they're great. It's almost like the cult, lithium cult over there. One guy says, YouTuber says, well, I don't understand the chemistry, and I want to live in the combustion engine world, and I don't want to move into electric vehicles. Well, I understand. Well, I'm in America, and we got mountains, and I want that diesel dually. I want that torque. Well, well, yeah. I had 7.3 diesel. This is like the 7.3 diesel. Man, reliable. Like goes on forever. You can get up to 500,000 miles. And now here comes that newfangled 6.0. That new 6.0 Ford diesel. You know what they call that? The 6.0 blow. Yeah, because they're blown up. Excuse me. Complicated is not the way to go, guys. That's all I want to end with. Is don't make it complicated for yourself. I don't know why people would want to spend that kind of money with no advantage at all. Alright, later. Hey, yeah, down in the comments. I know I'm going to hear it. The lithium guys are going to, they hear about this video, they're going to be all over me. Which is cool. I can dig it. You never change my mind. Alright, later.